Hello, hello, all my friends at WCReplays.com. This is SySTeMShARk, bringing to you another audio commentary, copyrighted 2009. WCReplays.com, so don't go stealing it, you jerks. Man, has it been a long time. I think this is an all-time low for me, being that I've made maybe 3 ACs this year. I'm not going to give you any excuses. I've actually recorded a few ACs and just haven't had the chance to upload them. Or I uploaded them and then someone better came along and I decided to let them have the replay or do an audio on it regardless. I have been taking a new route at WCR. Normally I try to do both my coordinator jobs and the commentator jobs. This year I've been focusing mainly on my coordinator jobs, which is trying to get new ideas incorporated into the front page of the website and getting new commentators for you guys to listen to and just trying to evolve the site a little bit. Honestly, when I think about it, having an MP3 synced up to a replay is so 2004, if you know what I'm talking about. This is when the site was made, and this is the same process we've been using all along. And I've been trying my best to try to get a good way to get a YouTube account set up or doing a new commentary style. Every game is done this way now. We're an antiquated style of commentating, and I mean, there's an advantage to doing it with replays and MP3s, but you know, it's a little inconvenient, and we've kind of can move past it. I mean, you can always include the replay in a YouTube link, you know, so people want to watch the replay and look at specific things on their own. That's the advantage of watching a replay and an MP3, is you can kind of move around the map and look at whatever you want to look like, rather than, you know, look at whatever the commentator's looking at. So we're going to get this replay synced up at the 2-minute mark at the 1x speed. This is a replay from my buddy Boo. He's not really my buddy, but I'm sure if I really had a chance to talk with him and if we were in the same area, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'd be buddies. The reason I'm posting this replay is because we posted a whole series, all the replays from the series except the game that KOD, which is Boo's team, I think, won. They all lost, and we post all those replays, but we didn't post the game where they won. And this is the one game they won in the series, the first game of the series. And then Remind came up after Lawn Walk and just stomped KOD every 3. So it was like 1-3, I guess, is the record. I don't know how that works. Anyway, I don't really keep up with the scene that much, and I don't want Boo to think that WCR doesn't appreciate him, because, I mean, we've given him interviews, we've let him shoutcast. I mean, if anything, we're prejudiced against other people and not Boo, not KOD. We've had plenty of featured content from their site, and then I don't want them to think that we don't appreciate them. So instead of just highlighting this in a replay that might not be uploaded properly due to some technical parser error or something, we're going to include it in an audio commentary so you guys can watch this and really see all the great things. Consequently, this is a really great replay to watch. There's lots of cool little moments in it, and Boo played really, really well, and so did Long Walk. Very, very aggressive Night Elf style on Tyrannistan versus Boo's Human. Boo is obviously known for being one of the better Undead players, and he's switched to, I guess, Human in this, because maybe Undead has a very bad chance on Tyrannistan. I don't know what his reasons are, but we can go ahead and get it going. We'll get it going. I said 2 minutes at 1x speed. If you're not there, please go ahead and pause this audio portion of the commentary and then sync up to 2 minutes at 1x speed, and we'll unpause in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. Now, I also wanted to talk about a few extra things in this commentary. I've been taking a lot of college classes. I'm trying to get my associates. Right out of high school, I went to work. So for the last, 5-6 years out of high school, I didn't do any other schooling, and I really hated school, so it was really a good choice for me because I wasn't having fun with it. But I have started going back to school. I went back to school last summer, and I'm almost done with my associates this summer, this fall I'll be done with it, which is nice. It's a big accomplishment for me. And one of the classes I'm in right now is a speech class. So as a commentator since 2004, I've had lots of practice on my pedestal here speaking. But I'm learning a lot of stuff that is causing problems for me. And you might notice a lot of these audible pauses. A lot of starter commentators and even commentators, experienced ones, use these. And it's all the uhs, ums, likes, those kind of things within a commentary, and those are called audible pauses. So all you budding audio commentators out there, just know that that's a regular occurrence. Most people don't even notice them except if they're excessive, and there you go again. It basically means you're not prepared, and like the case in this one, I really haven't done any preparation work. I've watched the replay a few times, but I haven't taken any notes. Normally I like to take notes, but I'm in the mood just to start talking and not have to work too hard tonight. So that's what I'm doing here, and you're going to notice a lot of those audible pauses. So that's something that you can realize. The way you work on that and the way you correct yourself is to reverse what you're wanting to say. Rehearse, not reverse like go backwards, but rehearse what you want to say. You can do a rough outline. There's a semi-scripted format that my speech teacher recommends using, and I've found it to be very, very helpful. And in my Give Me Fives and a lot of the other things I do, I tend to do a very scripted format. And it works out well for me, and especially in this kind of atmosphere, because you guys can't see me reading it. And when I read it, I can read it with a lot of energy, and it kind of makes it sound better, I think. But you know, if you're going to be in front of people, or you're at all concerned that people will think you're just reading something you wrote, then you have to do this semi-scripted format, and basically just making bullet points to remind you of what you're supposed to say and to kind of keep you on track. Another thing with audio commentaries that is kind of a pain in the butt here is I don't really keep track of my time as well as I used to, and this is a big problem with me in the speech class, because I'm set to do a 5-minute speech on something, and I end up going 10-15 minutes without even realizing it, because I'm just so used to rambling on, and it's something I'm working on in my speech class. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and if you guys ever have the opportunity to take something like that, even if it's not for your degree program or anything, I highly recommend it. It's a life skill, and it's something that you can use for, you know, when you're job interviewing or when you ever have to speak in front of people. Lots of really good things you can learn by taking speech classes. So I completely ignored the first part of this replay because it was just basic human night elf squirrels back and forth, or squirrums. I don't know, what do you call them? Squirrels? I don't know, fights back and forth, nothing really exciting to talk about. The human Boo is trying to set up this fast expansion. He did a really good job of defending it and was able to let it go up. And you're going to see soon he's going to be fortifying it with towers. Now, when I first watched this replay, I was kind of a little bit against Boo on this. I was like, fine, we're going to have to watch this replay because you were complaining that we weren't, you know, hosting your replays and blah, blah, blah. And it's not going to be that great. And I was like, oh, wow, so we're going to post the one replay you guys won where you massed towers, ready to go. But you know, it's kind of the human strategy, and it's not something that I consider bad anymore. With how long the game is and how long it's been since we've gotten a patch, I mean, a lot of the things that people consider imbalance is just part of the game now. I mean, you got to realize that, and it's not a negative. You know, it's just something that's part of the game. There's no imba, there's no lameness. You know, Grubby had a quote, and I usually keep it in my signature, but I don't forget it off the top of my head. But I've said it before in the past. I think lameness is just another word for playing good, something like that he said. And I actually talked to him in that last interview we had with Grubby about that, and you know, he said he believes the same thing now. So Longlock does a pretty good job right now of trying to push this expansion right now. It's not necessarily considered a fast expo now. I consider this maybe a middle-of-the-road fast expo at this point. But he does a good job of actually picking off a lot of Boo's units, and he's targeting the right structure here. You want to keep attacking this fast expo. You want to make it cost Boo whatever it can cost him to defend it and to keep his pressure there rather than creeping or harassing you while you're teching. So he does this exactly right. This is exactly how you do it. This is textbook. If you're trying to deal with a human fast expansion, stick outside your the bounds of the expo itself. Try to take out the towers when you can. Pick off weak units. You know, don't let him just have the expo for free. Make him pay for it in any little way you can, and try to minimize your own losses while doing that. Now, it's not to mean sacrifice yourself. Doesn't mean you have to take it down, because it's going to be very, very difficult to completely take down a fast expo here. And this is really close here. 45 hit points Archmage, just barely running away with his boots of speed, matched the Demon Hunter's boots of speed, and he's going to be able to make it. But really, really close. And he's chased the Archmage down a few times, really low red hit points units. But all the meanwhile, you'll notice that Boo is losing a lot of his footmen to Longlock's